Welcome to my tutorial. I'll provide a tutorial today for you guys. And today, what we're going to do is actually, if you notice, we have three charts over here with three level twos. There's two, and here's three. Now, what I'm going to do is throughout the day, well, throughout the next couple of days, but I'll just keep pausing the recording as we progress for the next couple of days. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually I'm going to actually explain buy points, explain stop orders, and explain target prices for each position. Now, while I do that, I'll give some basic understanding of trading, and I hope after this tutorial is done, you subscribe to our YouTube feed, and you'll hopefully take one of our educational courses down the road on our site. So it's around 9, well, I'm sorry, it's about 9:10, 9:11 in the morning right now on September 10, 2014. I'm going to pause it right here, but the stuff that I'm looking at prior to pausing it, the stocks that I'm looking at is ECYT. It had great news the other day, and it seems like it's going higher. It's just where we're going to get in our buy position. I'm just waiting for the market to open so I can explain that. And just back it up. That's what it did. And for Tesla and Citigroup, well, the market's going down right now. It seemed like a peak and it has to make a bounce. So as a swing trader, we're looking for some kind of short positions in those two. But once again, obviously, I'm going to make those points as I see it happen and as it unfolds. The whole thing is trading is a good example. It's a puzzle, okay? Let's say you have a 100-piece puzzle, and before you know what it looks like, you know, the box is all blank, there's no pictures of the puzzle. Before you know what it looks like, you mix it up, you shake it up, you mix up the puzzle, and then you open up the box and you try to put it together from scratch. Well, in the beginning, it's not going to make sense to you because you do not know anything about this puzzle. Your goal is to try to put the puzzle together. As you start figuring out what pieces belong together and the puzzle starts showing a picture, you already have an idea of what the rest of the puzzle looks like. Not all of it, but it'll give you a good indication of what it should look like. Same thing with trading. Trading tactics and trading techniques, there's certain services, well, certain techniques that traders and investors use on a day-to-day basis or when they trade. And they use these techniques to get a better picture and a better understanding of what that particular company, publicly traded company, or publicly trading instrument wants to do in the next couple of minutes to days to weeks to years. And this is what this tutorial will explain on a it'll explain it to as much as we can, not going into detail. However, after this tutorial is completed and after you reviewed it on our YouTube page or on our site, hopefully you'll take one of our courses. Our courses are very reasonable and all the trading is done live in front of you while you learn. You get a hands-on training from an educator that's been a seasonal trader for over a decade. So I'm going to pause it right here, and in a few minutes I'm gonna start recording once again, and I'll just start recording when I believe there's either buy points or short points, or our stop orders and target prices when we have to trail the stops up. So you'll hear it as the recording goes along, and it'll provide you more knowledge as the recording progresses into I would say multiple minutes or so. So I'm going to pause it right here. Okay, so I'm back now, and we're looking at Tesla and ECYT. You see how ECYT pretty much closes gap here. Tesla looked like it's going down, so we'll have a short of Tesla here, I guess, at market 278.60, and stop order will be above this. Well, we could give it above this right here because it looks like it's going to crack, but we really should give it to the high of the day. So be right here technically, but give it some higher. You see this is a higher high. I just want to see how far back we can go with Tesla. So the high is 291.42. That's too much of a high of a risk. Over here is 285.49. Out. 285.49. 285.50 is our stop. Okay, remember we're short over here. 285.50 is our stop. And now let me just go back into the 10-minute and just watch it crack. Okay, so remember this is a swing trade. This is for a couple days. We're looking for maybe about 250 per share. This ECYT I'm still waiting to see clear up. For Citigroup I'm also doing the same over here. So I'm going to pause it right now. Then I'll continue recording once I see something. So we're already shorted Tesla. Okay, now for ECYT. The price is at 798. Went down over here. I noticed on the 60-minute chart that there's a hammer right here with possible support. So this would be a buy opportunity right here. I guess at $7.98 at market. And the stop order would be placed at the low of that. So a low is 776. A penny below that is 775. And so we're looking at about a quarter risk or so over here. And the target price for this bad boy, well, let's just back it up a couple of days. Well, target price would be about closing this gap, let's say about $16. Well, we have two over here, but let's give it the higher one. Let's say 1650. Doesn't mean we'll get there, but we'll trail our stop all the way up to it until it takes our stop out. I'm going to pause it here once again. As soon as I see something on Citigroup, I'll make that call as well. Hey, I'm back recording again. It's still September 10, 2014. It's about 9:43 in the morning. I just told you 798 was a long for ECYT with a stop order at 775. For Tesla, it was a short at 278.60 with a stop at 285.50. However, the target price is 240 for Tesla and the target price for ECYT is 1650. Now for Citigroup, I still need a little further analysis. I have to see where it closes. You can't jump in. It looks like it's a short here as well. I just need some more verification. Remember, like I said, I'm at taking a 100-piece puzzle, trying to put everything together, trying to see what the picture will look like. So I'm going to pause it right here. As soon as I believe it's a short, I'll start recording again and letting you guys know that it's a short. As you see, ECYT popped over here. Stop order is still the same. Remember, target price 1615. We'll trail the stop. We'll see what happens at the end of today to trail the stop. Tesla, bear flag, sideways. Let's go a little further back. Let's see what it looks like on the 28th day. Looks like an M wedge over here, bear flag. The short's looking good. Citigroup, still not had a made position here. As you can see, it's popping. I think it's going to bounce to maybe, let's just go look at the daily chart. Let's back it up a little bit. It might bounce until about this high, form of the reversal head and shoulder. So you're looking at about 52, 52 and a quarter before it starts going down. Has to close this gap also, fill this gap before it goes down. I'm going to pause it right here. So we're in two right now, but a third one I haven't positioned myself. Maybe we'll find something else aside from Citigroup, but we're still looking for one more. Pause it right here. I'll give you guys another update when I see one present. Hey, I'm back. It's roughly 10:05 in the morning on September 10, 2014. As you can see, ECYT popped thereafter this bar when we stayed at buy at roughly, I believe, $7.98, $8. And it trailed up to the high of the day, which was 867. Trailed back down to 858. Maybe might make a little bounce here. Tesla's still looking good. We still got the M wedge, looking real sexy. You know, the short looks real good. Now we're just gonna show you guys a trend line real quick. This is why our target price is 240. I hope you guys understand this trend line, because if you guys understand trend lines, especially more seasonal traders than novice traders, you'd understand why our target price is 240. Now, I was looking at Citigroup, but I've been paying attention to Apple as well. I kept going between the two, back and forth. Just you see Citigroup still popping. As I stated, you know, we're looking to get in short, but obviously not yet, because it keeps obviously moved up over here. And I think a bounce is going to come into play real soon on Citigroup. Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, the day after. And we'll form a head and shoulders. We have a shoulder here, a head here. And this is a gap play. It has to fill its gap. It could also close its gap and make a shoulder. I mean, it's still healthy. And then go back downward. People that are familiar with head and shoulders are familiar with the current pattern that I'm speaking about. Excuse me. And till then, Citigroup seems like it's going to go higher today. And if you just want to try to get it at its top, then its bottom, and short it, where it's bouncing off support. So I'm bouncing between Apple and Citigroup, and I think Apple is a short in the making. It reported its new iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus with the iPhone Watch, whoopity-doo. I understand, listen, I love Apple products, but everyone knows they're behind in the market, and just some people really do not think they're gonna be there. They're not gonna be as competitive as they were the last 3, 5, 7, 10 years ago. 5, 10 years looking forward, only God knows what can happen to Apple. I mean, we saw what happened to BlackBerry. Now, I don't think Apple's in, uh, the same situation as BlackBerry. But remember, when there's more companies coming to the market, which Amazon, their phones came out recently. Droids have new phones coming out every week. Um, Windows, they have nice new phones that are very savvy. I believe it's a HTC phone or something like that. It looks pretty cool, pretty interesting. It seems like the application is pretty advanced, and Apple's lagging in application technology. Um, so we're gonna see what happens. There might be a short over here with Apple. I'm watching it closely, and if an opportunity of this short presents itself, I'll let you guys know. Right now it's indecisive. This somewhat look like a bull flag, and just really don't know yet. So remember, you have to be cautious. You'd rather always pay a little bit more, but you're more sure of your position than going in blind. So we have to be patient on either Apple or Citigroup, or maybe I'll find something else along the lines. But as of right now, don't see a short to get into, which I'm currently looking for. Maybe I'll find a long. I'll find one more thing, definitely. At least I'll try to find something by the end of today. If not, hopefully by tomorrow. But in the meantime, I'm sitting on my hands. We already spoke about ECYT, and actually doing real well today. It's up about 7% for the day, as you can see over here. Let me just bring my cursor over. As the Tesla short, down about 1.5%. 280.60 was our short price. With a stop order at 285.50. Now the stop order is extreme, but you have to understand this stock price is extreme. But our target price is also extreme. We're looking for 240. For ECYT, we're looking for extreme number, practically double, 1650. So, sometimes it's based on each trade, each puzzle you see is different. That's our target price. Doesn't mean we'll get our target price, but that's what we want to get out of position, or the stock has to prove us wrong by taking us out with our stop orders. As we trail it down, our stop orders, we're looking for profits with our stop orders. If it takes us out, at least we made a profit. I'm going to pause it right here. It seems like ECYT just continues. It's a powerhouse and continuing trying to push forward. AAPL, still waiting for Apple. Let's just double check real quick with Citigroup. And you see Citigroup still popped, but it was obvious. I was just hoping, it would have gapped up to like 52.20, so I could have said, hey, it's a short right here, because it pretty much filled its gap. But no, so it has some room a little further higher to go up. But if I see here's that gap, so it's around it. So if I see it making that move where it wants to turn over and gave me confirmation of resistance, then I'll let you know about the short. In the meantime, I'm just going to pause it once again. It's about 15 minutes in. Hey, I just noticed something at Tesla. It's at 275, 60 right now. Remember, we sit ashore at 278.60. It's about down 3 points as of right now. Um, Here, right here, let me just put a guideline right here. And this is support right here. So so Tesla might make a bounce. I hope not. I hope it goes right through and just drops because the M wedge is in effect and it looks darn good. I have ERBB up here, just looking at some other stocks while passing the time. However, let me just try to zoom this in. Well, let me see if I can zoom in like this. No, oh, see that worked, but I pushed it twice. Okay, so this is Tesla right here, 281, and you see the support. Let me back it up. Okay, so you see the support at this level right here. It's at 275. Well, I don't know why Tesla showed 281 just now. I guess it's pushed back. It's not giving me. All right, we have to get in a little closer. I apologize about that. All right, so the support's right here at this bar. Let me just form another line. Oh, we got the guideline. So around this level. At support. So you see how it's bouncing off of here right now. We'll see if it holds. It could bounce back to maybe 279 to 282 or maybe 281 and then continue going downwards, or it could just continue going downwards right here. This is a doji right here. We go on the 1 day. See doji. Hammer. So to try and confirm support over here, the buyers are trying to confirm support. I don't think that'd be the case. Longer patterns, longer technical indicators are much stronger than shorter ones. Shorter ones are usually for shorter time frame. But you see upside down hammer over here from last week on the weekly chart. Right here, this is this week right here. Oh, sorry about that guideline. Let me remove all actually and go back to the cross here. So this was last week's upside down hammer, a good form of resistance. This is this week's into today. So we have some short momentum, actually shorted pressure picking up for Tesla. And we're still looking at ECYT and Tesla. I have ERBB here. This is a marijuana stock. Uh, tip. This marijuana stock could be worth anywhere from 20 cents to possibly more in the next coming months, even maybe years, especially if the federal government approves marijuana and other states approve it. Philip Morris, familiar with where their stock prices are. I'm not saying it's going to get there, but there's potential for it to go a lot higher than where it is right now, which is just under 2 cents a share. And give you guys another one, which is my e-check. I'm not saying it's going up now, but this company is trying to do well. I'm not recommending this. Don't get into position. But if you're a penny stock chaser, maybe you'll be interested in these two stocks. However, let's see what Citigroup is doing. Okay, so you see, hasn't done much. Let's go to Apple. Maybe we can find something in Apple. And okay, still no confirmation yet. I'm gonna pause it right here. I could pause it for 3 minutes and then come back here as soon as like 3 minutes and tell you, hey, we're gonna do this. So bear with me, guys. Hey, welcome back. It's about 10:37 in the morning, September 10th, 2014. This is all the same trading day. Just want to make a few points for Tesla. You see, it's still battling this range, but however, it seems like the longer it's going to trade in that range, the weaker it becomes. I would say, you know what, another 20, 30 minutes, if it doesn't pop back up, then it'll just probably crack. For Apple, I'm still looking at Apple. I can't get a read out of it. There's so many mixed signals. There's one thing I can tell you though. Let me see if I could just back it up. Let me go further back. Let me go to the 120 day. Alright, so see here, I can show you a few trend lines. I had a trend line here. I think I just lost it. I don't know what I did with this trend line. So let me see if I can, let's just go to Ford because I saw Ford and that looked like a good short there. Okay, great. So this is Ford. This is Ford's weekly chart. All right. See how it broke its downtrend? Opened up underneath that. Okay, so we're looking for a short in there. This is a weekly chart, by the way. Now let's go to a daily chart. Look at Ford again on the daily chart. See how it broke its downtrend? Just broke it. Okay. Then you could go to a 60-minute. Some support right here that tried to form but couldn't form on the hourly, as you can see, because it's more higher up. Usually be below this red bar. Now let's go back to the 10-minute. What I'm waiting to see is pretty much this red bar to close, and we got about another minute. But I want this red bar to close around 1662 would be nice. Lower would be even better. So once I see that print and this 10-minute frame closes, I'll state this as a short as well. Just believe it's 30 seconds or so remaining. And just be patient, guys. Be patient. I mean, if you want to learn how to trade, you have to learn how to be patient. If you can't be patient, you're not going to make money in markets. Okay, so it finally closed at 1662. We'll go short at market right now. I don't care that they're showing 82,000 at the level 2 and 7,000 at the offer and 100,000 at the bid. As you can see, they're still going to hit it. It doesn't make a difference. It really depends on who the market makers are, not people that are trading through ECNs. ECNs is order flow where traders actually execute orders through like ARCA, Attain, BATS, NASDAQ market system, so on and so forth. But so we placed our short at 1662, 1661, and our stop order. Let's first take a look at our stop order. Let me just, well, let's go back about 100 days. So our stop order, we saw the trend line broken. So we want our stop order above this green shadow, not even around this gap area because the risk reward is too much. But we know since it gapped down and broke its downtrend, it should go down from here on. So we want to see what price this is. Obviously the high is 1687. So our stop order is a penny above that. Okay, so our stop order for Ford is 1688 above this green bar right here, that long shadow. That would be our stop. And let me just remove last and turn this back into the crosshair. Now, for our target price, let's go a little further back. For our target price will be just about a point, 1560. So we're looking for about a point in our target price for Ford. So I'm going to pause right here. You see Tesla trying to make a little move up here. Don't know how strong the support is, but we'll see soon. I think it's still going to go down. You know, this M wedge, remember the support, the longer term trend is always stronger than the shorter term trend. So we have an M wedge building here where on the 10-minute you just see support levels around this level. Then you have another support level over here, another support. There's a lot of support levels, but the whole thing is this M wedge is in effect. Looks like a shoulder, head, shoulder over here. So we can see this just crack down. Might take a little bit of time, but you know, we believe we placed our stop orders at the correct price at 285.50. So with our target price at 240. I'm going to pause it right here. And I already saved the target price for Ford, Tesla, and ECYT. And I also provided the target prices, the stop orders, and the entry levels for all three. So I'll pause it right here. And once there's an update, either way, I'll start recording again. Hey, individuals and traders. It's 11:45 in the morning, September 10, 2014. As you can see, this bottom held over here. There's quite support from this level. Held over here. Made it bounce upwards. But still a lot of resistance over here. So I'm not too scared. Remember, we placed our stop order at 285.50 for Tesla. So, still has some room. We could trail up. Same thing goes for Ford, trailed up a little bit, but we have our stop order at 1688. So we're not scared. It's maybe a little bounce up before a drop down. So we're not worried. I'll pause it here, and ECYT is trading sideways at pretty much the highs of the day. And I'll pause it here. Hey guys, it's 12:10 in the afternoon, September 10th, 2014. ECYT pop formed the new high. Looks like it's going higher. Currently about 9.5, almost 10% for the day. Tesla rebound and bounce back off its lows. Seems like it formed somewhat of a new resistance level. We have to wait and see if it'll break under that. Ford went up sideways, traded up a little bit, just a couple of pennies. Now looks like it's trailing back down. We'll see what happens. I'll pause right here. As you can see, ECYT new high again for the day, almost up 10%. And I'll pause it right here, and I'll start recording once there's some more movements to be recorded and to be known to all the individuals that's watching this. Currently, you see Tesla right here, still trying to form support, so it's borderline. It's could go either way here, but we'll watch this closely. We have our stop order at our current price. We haven't moved it since. Hey, it's 1:44 in the afternoon of September 10th, 2014. Just giving you another update. If you notice, ECYT popped again. Currently up $1.09, about 13.5%. It was up as high as much as 50% earlier today. Sorry, 15. As for Tesla seems like it hit a resistance over here. Remember, we shorted at 278.60. So it looks like we got some resistance over here. Maybe we should start trailing down. Ford finally was trading sideways. Now it looks like it's trading downwards. So it seems like a lot of everything's going our way right now. I'll pause it here. This recording is roughly 27 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if this whole recording lasted about an hour, maybe hour and a half or so. But trying to educate individuals on trading and show you about how to be a successful trader. And after this tutorial, please subscribe to our YouTube videos and take one of our trading education courses with us. Stay tuned. Hey, good afternoon. It's 2:30 p.m. September 10th, 2014. Looks like Tesla over here finally found resistance once again. It seems like it's going to creep downwards here and collapse. So the M wedge is looking better and better. You see right here, form the hammer, which pretty much scares us with this gap play in effect. However, there's another hour and a half to go, so we believe it's going to start trickling back down, and only time will tell. So I'll provide, I guess, one more update, hopefully once the market closes, and guess I'll be wrapped up for today, and I'll continue recording the following days going forward until, like I said, it hits either our stop orders or our target price, whichever comes first. Hi, how are you? It's 4:05 in the afternoon on September 10th, 2014. The market just closed for about 5 minutes ago, and you still can see some final trades, after-hour trades happening for all these stocks. Let's first talk about ECYT. Looking good. Seems like we got a support over here. This would probably be if you stop order in here, but we're not going to do that. We're still going to have our stop order. It was at 775, I believe, our stop. However, we can increase our stop to the low of the day, which was, bear with me, the low of the day, which was today. Let me just go one day back. Okay, so the low of the day is 790, so 789, our stop orders increased. Okay, well, I can increase it here. I just want to give it a little bit more room to run. So 789, we update our stop order from 775, a couple of pennies. So Not much, but we're trailing up our stops. If tomorrow's a real good day, then we'll definitely be in the money. So we'll see how that goes. Now for Tesla, as you can see, it trailed down, came to that support level when I said, oh, it's going to trade sideways here. If it continues to trade sideways and doesn't make a move up, chances are it'll go down. Decided to make a move up, kept pushing up. The markets went up altogether, and Tesla went further up. Now, obviously, we were talking about the support level. I thought it was going to break it. Made support. As you can see, it trailed back up. And as a swing trader, since I'm a swing trader, I didn't want to say, hey, I'm going to get out of position because I'm looking for something more for a swing trade rather than a day trade. Yes, I got in at 278.60, went to 274, roughly 4.5 points or so, and then shot back up to 281. However, I'm still looking at the short, and I still like the my target stop order that I stated at 285.50, which is not too far away from over here. I believe this is it, 285.50. The high is over here. However, but that's on the 10-minute. However, when I look at the daily chart, you see this hammer. Um, and backdate a little bit. You have a hammer over here that was just formed, and you know played teased its gap. Didn't want to close down. Went up higher. So this is something to look out for. However, the stop was for the high of yesterday of 285.49, a penny above that, or 285.50. So that's where our stop is, a penny above that. We're gonna hold it. But the M wedge is still in effect. However, this hammer confirms some type of support where this gap is. But I'm sticking to my gut because if I want to make sure I'm proven wrong, then flip the order and be right, or get out of position, be right. I have a stop order and I'm following my laws. These are my rules and I'm sticking to it. Okay. So that was that, and now we get into Ford. Ford was pretty much choppy sideways all day, but you can see it's a little down. This is after hours. Well, it closed at 16. It closed at 1663 at 4 o'clock. Now it's at 1660. It could gap down, trickle down lower. So that's something to look out for. It seems like we have ECYT positive, Ford just about break even, and we're out of the money on Tesla by a little bit. However, when an individual does trade, individual has to understand what his risk reward is per trade. Some individuals do it based on how much you're risking on per penny. Some individuals decide to risk a certain amount they plan to risk per day or per trade, whatever the case may be. For myself, as a swing trader, I look to risk anywhere, I would say $550 per trade is my limit. And remember, I'm not in for a day-to-day basis, so I'm looking for 550, and it could prove me wrong in 3-4 days. That's my max risk. So based on knowing that what I'm willing to risk per trade, now based on my stop orders, I have to do my risk-reward ratio and figure out, well, for example, um, um, ECYT, we stated it was a buy at 798 with a stop at 775 at that time. Now it's at 789, but we're going with 775. And ECYT was at, so let's say it's about a quarter risk. So on 1,000 shares would be $250. On 2,000 shares would be $500, correct? So since I'm looking to risk approximately 550, I guess 2,000 shares would be adequate for ECYT. Okay, now for Tesla, we shorted at 278.60 with a stop at 285.50. So we're talking about roughly 7 points or so, a little bit less, but let's say 7 points. So 7 points on 100 shares is $700. That's a little too much. On 80 shares, that's about the borderline. Let's say 75 shares, it's about $500. Okay, we can maybe 450, 500. That's good enough. So we have to, excuse me. So we have to, uh, you know, base our trades based on the risk we're willing to tolerate, the share amount based on the risk we're willing to tolerate. Okay, for the reward. And for Ford, obviously, we said we were going to short Ford at 1661 with a stop order at 1688. Well, okay, so what we're looking at, roughly, let's say 30 cents. So 1,000 shares is $300 risk. So let's say 1,500 shares, right? So it's 450 risk. So that's how you would trade it if you're risking on a per trade basis. Mine would be 550 per trade. But if you're risking on a per trade basis a certain amount, you want to know what you're willing to risk on a per trade. Now, obviously, our target price for Ford would be, if it was shorting 1,500 shares, our target price would be, um, 1560. So that's about a point, right? So that would be $1,500 if it does hit our target price. And remember, it hits our target price, and we're risking about just on the 500, so 3 times, right? Tesla, the same thing. With Tesla, our target price is 240. It's a little extreme, but if this bad boy goes, it's gonna go. Remember, 75 shares is like $450 risk. So if it goes from let's say 278 to 240 on 75 shares, you're looking top of my head. That's about let's say 38 points. Let's say 30 into 100, let's say it's about $3,000, okay? So you're risking $3,000, 550. That's, a little bit more. I think that's about 6 times, okay? And for ECYT, ECYT was a buy, we said, at around 8 with 25 cents risk. So we said 2,000 shares or so for $500. So if it goes to 1650 and we're risking with our stop order about $500, then jumped in around $8. Sorry, yeah, about $8 per share. We're looking for about double that. So we're looking for about 16,000 in returns from 8 to 16, well, 1650, so that'll be 17,000 on the risk associated with $500. Okay, I tried to make this as clear as possible. It might be a little bit confusing. So we're looking 1650 target price here. We're looking at a 240 target price here, and we're looking at a 1560 target price for Ford. Okay, so I'm going to pause it right here once again, and it's past 4 o'clock, so my next recording will probably be sometime on September 11th, sometime after the bell, after 9:30 in the morning, and we'll take it from there. Stop orders are all the same, nothing moves except for ECYT. We updated it just now after close from 775 to 789 with a target price still at 1650. I'm going to pause it here. I hope everyone, first day providing the tutorial, some individuals had an understanding of what we trying to educate individuals on, and we're going to proceed further coming tomorrow, so stay tuned. Hi, good afternoon. It's September 11, 2014, roughly 1:30 p.m. My apologies for not being making this recording earlier. September 11th, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. It's World Trade Center situation, Memorial Day. So sorry for being busy and not being able to record earlier today. However, our stops, if you guys recall, I'm not sure if you guys recall, ECYT, we had a stop of 775, and then late in the afternoon yesterday, we moved it to 789. Right now, it's at roughly 848. You can see it trailed down about almost a point from its highs of yesterday. But what we're going to do is, I see it trailing down a lot over here. And what I want to do is just capture some more profits in case it breaks through this support. So we're going to put our stop order a penny below the tail right here, which is, well, I have to zoom in for this, bear with me. This tail right here, which is 836, so a penny below that, which is 835. So that would be our new stop. As for Tesla, if you pay attention, remember yesterday when we stated this to look like support over here, based on its double bottom. That formed, you see 1, 2, 3. This formed a triple bottom. We saw this sideways and momentum. We assumed it was going up. It did go up. We thought it was going to be some resistance over here when it came over here. Obviously, it broke through and it went higher at the open today. Just want to show you real quick daily. Remember this hammer? Tried to confirm support, but I said, hey, you know what? Let's look at the bigger trend. We have a bear flag over here, slash M wedge being developed, and we noticed that. So we totally disregarded this hammer move just because the stronger trend. This trend is stronger. This bear flag is stronger than this daily hammer. Okay, so you got a 7-day of a pattern and a 1-day pattern. You go with the 7-day pattern. So that's why we held out short, and even though it trailed all the way up to close to 285, never touched our stop. We placed our resistance at the right price, our stop order at the right place at 285.50, a penny above the shadow. Remember that was 285.49, as you can see right up here where it says at the highs. So we put it at 285.50. What happened? Trailed all the way up to 284.79 and finally trickled down, formed an upside down hammer. And now I'm just going to put it back on the 10-minute. And this is what it's looking like right now. As you can see, it trailed back down. And as for Ford right now, as you can see, it's still trading down slowly, steadily. There's you know, the stock has a lot of volume compared to obviously ECYT, almost 2 million shares a day, and Tesla almost 3 million, where Ford is pretty much 3 to 1 of Tesla right now. So it's a lot tighter. The trade movements are a lot slower. But nonetheless, it's still somewhat moving in our favor. So we see Tesla right now hit a new low for today, which is awesome. We're going to pause it right here, but all the trades still look in our favor. We're almost stopped out of ECYT. If it takes us down over here at 835, a penny below this low, is our stop. And it seems like Tesla's trying to make a fight back, but what we want, what would be key for us in this Tesla short would be this reversal hammer right here. You see that? That would be so key for us. You have no idea how key that could be for us, especially on the daily chart. You know, if on the weekly chart, it has done that previously. You see this right here? This was pretty much somewhat confirmation, and now it's battling support and resistance. So I'd like to see it close here or lower for this upside down hammer, not higher, obviously. And as for Ford, it's where it is right now, 1657. Our stop orders are in the same place for Tesla and Ford. That was moved. For ECYT, remember our get-in price was 798, and now we trailed our stop to 835. I'm going to pause it. Here, 1:15 in the afternoon on September 15, 2014. I did not post a recording on the 12th. It was my birthday on the 12th. Took the day off. Do apologize. However, let's take a look at what's going on. Remember, for ECYT, we placed our stop order at, I believe, around this level, and we got taken out. No, not even that level. I'm sorry. Let me just get closer. Well, 1 day's no good. Let's go to the 3-day. We got stopped out around this level at 835. So we took a profit. We took about 35-40 cents per share. Not bad. But let's take a look at Tesla. Remember I told you, look at the longer pattern. Bang, look at that daily chart. Look what it looks like today. Look at that. Remember I said pay attention to the long-term pattern. We saw this upside down hammer on the 11th. On the 10th, we saw this hammer. However, on the 10th, when I said look at the longer pattern, and then on the 11th, it trailed up to almost the highs of the resistance level. Our stop order was a penny above this long shadow right here, which was 285.50. The high was 285.49. Right here, it went up, obviously, short term, went up to 284.75, trickled down, and formed the upside down hammer. Friday came in, pretty much traded sideways, but confirmed resistance because it didn't break through. And this coming Monday morning, Gap down, bang! You're talking about a huge percentage point in drop. Look at this. It's down roughly $25, almost $26 a share, 25 or so. You know what? The spreads are pretty big. But anyway, you see it declining, trickling down here. Great trade, great position. And we said what we have to do now is trail our stops. Remember, the key to being successful in investing and trading is learning how to trail your stop. I would have done this recording earlier, but I decided to give it some time because I knew Tesla was going to crack. I just wanted to get further resistance and further confirmation on the next resistance level. And you see how it's decline kept declining, and look, there's an M wedge. Looks like it's going to trickle down, forming new low right now. Our stop order would be above this green bar right here. Oh, sorry. Well, you know what? Yeah, we could do above this green bar. I usually take the second resistance, which would be right here, around 260. But you know what? Let's lock in some profits because this has been bouncing down real hard. Wouldn't be surprised if it makes a I would say 10-point up move on a bounce before it continues going down. So we want to protect our profits. So our stop order would be a penny above this high of this green bar right here. So that would be 257.44 is the high. So our stop order is 257.45, a penny below that, above that high of that green bar. So now we trailed our stops down. Remember, worst case scenario, we made about 25 points in profits per share, okay? Now let's take a look at Ford real quick before I pause it here. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to pause it and condense everything all together so it's a lot easier rather than watching a 10-hour video or a 25-hour video of trading. Just I want to, record the facts for you guys. So now we have Ford over here trickling down as well. Remember, the reason why we saw this short, well, let me just back it up a couple more days. My apologies. It's because of this gap play right here. Broke its trend. I'm going to put this trend line. I'm pretty sure I did it in the recording earlier. But you see, let me just fix it for you guys. Okay. All right. But you see this downtrend broken, this uptrend broken, excuse me. The uptrend's broken, downtrend's formed. Remember, we got in, I believe, short at 1660. We're looking at about a point for 1560. However, now we're going to trail our stop, and the stop is for the day's high. So remember, a penny of above the day's high. I'm sorry, I have Twitter here, so let's just go to Ford real quick. Okay, so the day's high is 1662. Our stop order is a penny above that at 1663. That's pretty much break even. I mean, it's been trading sideways. We call it shorter around over here at these levels. So it's pretty sideways. Worst case scenario, if it goes back up, it takes us out for a break even. Remember, we already profitable of ECYT. Tesla's still going down. However, if Tesla it goes back above this green bar, we get out without stop. We made about 25 points. That's awesome on the trade. And now we're looking at Ford as well. So Ford is the stop order is the high of the day for today, which was a penny above today's high, 1662. So our stop's at 1663, as you see the high right here for today. For Tesla, it's not the high of the day because the high is 274.40. However, I want to capture our profits. So what we're going to do is, like I stated, put our stop order above this green bar right here. Now I'm just going to show you a couple of support levels. I'm going to give you guidelines. This is a support level. This is a support level. This is a support level. This is a support. I'm sorry, not support. These are all resistance levels. I do apologize. And this is a resistance level. I'm saying support levels. That's the wrong thing I'm telling you. They're all resistance levels. So you have one resistance level above here, another one right here, another one right here, another one right here, another one right here. Usually, if a stock hasn't moved that fast, I would take the second resistance level rather than the first resistance level. But, Tesla dropped almost 10% for the day. So I want to make sure I capture my profits. And it's all about capturing your profits. Our target price, like I said, is still 240. We're about 13 and change away. However, worst case scenario, if it does try to go against us, our stop order is in place and we capture our profits. Okay, I'm going to pause it right here. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Remember, worldtradinginstitute.com, we provide live trading education courses for all the individuals that are taking our courses. And if you notice, I'm looking at my ECYT over here. This is a penny stock. I believe I showed to you guys earlier in this video. But I've been watching this penny stock. This penny stock, I believe it's going to do real well, and the people that don't jump in are going to regret it later. You see, we got a little reversal over here. See right here, the shoulder, head, shoulder, W edge. I mean, this is looking good. Now it's about to break its downtrend. It's looking good. But we're not. I'm not doing the tutorial on my e-check. I just figured I'd show it to you guys. Especially you penny stock chasers that looking for a great penny stock to get into. This is probably the one you want to get into. Obviously, ERBB is another one. Even though it's down today, trading sideways. Anyway. I'm going to pause it here. Let me just put it back onto ECYT. We got out for about 35 cents. Not too bad. It could bounce to about 770, 760. Then it could be a buyback. I would say, yes, maybe somewhere around here by this gap play. But aside from that, let me pause it right here. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'm going to start recording. Remember, ECYT, we're already out of position, so we're waiting for two more. We're waiting for on Tesla, and we're waiting on four. Once both of these trades are complete, either if we get stopped out or it hits our target price, that's when I'll post this video for every individual to view. And once again, if you have any questions, feel free to contact us on worldtradinginstitute.com or take our courses. This would be what you'll be learning in the equities course, how to make money in the markets. Feel free to contact us. Once again, it's worldtradinginstitute.com. Hey traders, Zelman here once again. It's 3:14 in the afternoon, September 15, 2014. As you can see right here, let's go first to Tesla. If you notice with Tesla, I put all these resistance level. I just added one more over here, which I recently forgot to add in the video. But aside from that, it looks like Tesla, you see how it bounced at its lows and formed somewhat of a bull flag over here. Seems like it's going to break through our stop order. I just want to show you guys something real quick. I know I'm supposed to teach you during our education course when you take one with us, but I just want to see, I want to show you some stabilization. I think we could. So when we saw support over here, they all went up. You see, look, support popped, right? Support over here popped, right? So now we see something similar over here. However, this is a huge resistance right here at 257, I would say, where I'm pretty sure that's where our stop is, 257.44. Let's go in today and let's see if that's where we have our stop. Yeah, 257.44. So that's where the huge resistance level is, okay? Now, if it breaks through that, chances are it's going to go higher. If it doesn't, it may continue going lower. So, some traders like, hey, I see a bull flag here. Maybe I should take my money out, maybe flip it and go long. I'm the type of trader, I want to be proven wrong. Well, I know I'm already in the money, but I want you to prove me that right now I'm at the wrong side of the trade. I don't want to jump in too early and go long. Well, I don't want to jump out too early. I don't want to get out of position too early and get out and then go long too early while still on the right trade. So I don't want to flip my trade when I'm already on the right trade. I want to get proven wrong. When I get proven wrong is when I get stopped out. I'm not going to get out of position and say, hey, it's a long right here. It could be, but by no means. It could be, I'm not arguing that it's not. We got a bull flag over here, as you can see. So chances are it'll go higher. However, this resistance level is very strong, and our stop order is a penny above that green bar. So I'm confident with the position I'm in. I'm still short, and I really want to be proven wrong if it's going higher. I'm not going to jump the gun here. And I think this is most traders' mistakes. They usually flip their order when they're on the right side of the trade. And they have to learn how to psychology, remember your trading tactics. Okay? You should never change your trading tactics. See, for Ford now, let's get into Ford real quick. And, I got these trend lines here. Let me just go back to a crosshair. Okay, so Ford over here, for example, if you notice, if you look at a daily chart, and you see, I'll put a trend line here. I'll put the trend line right here. I'll put a guideline for us. So this is support, okay? This is support right here, and it could bounce off these levels and maybe go up to $17 before it continues going down. However, and the reason why I say that, because once again, let me show you this trend. This uptrend was broken. Okay, I'm not gonna make it perfect this time, but you guys got the idea. Oh, I'm not gonna play with it. But the uptrend's broken, so it's heading lower. So this bounce, let me just go back to cross here. This bounce right here is gonna be formed by the support right here. Now, is the support strong? Well, it's a support, but remember, we're going with the longer trend. This uptrend has been going for a lot longer than this support level. So we're sticking without the long-term trend. The long-term trend is usually more right than the short-term trend. I mean, the short-term trend could be based on a bounce. So you want to go with what the market trend is doing rather than what for the long term than what the market trend is doing for the next 10 minutes. Okay, I mean, if you're a day trader, getting into that position, making that quick trade sounds good. It's perfect. But I notice trends and trading, well, the tactics I teach at World Trading Institute are much better when you pay attention to the longer term trend than a very short term trend. Now, yeah, you can make a quick money trading something for the next 30 minutes to, 4 hours or so throughout the day as a day trader. You will be successful with these tactics. However, trading psychology, your trading mentality, and your trading tactics fades away when you follow a different structure than the structure that you're following. And the structure that I provide in worldtradinginstitute.com, that structure is to manage your money the correct way. When you trade on the day-to-day basis, you tend to, and this is not just you, this is not just me, this is about 90 to 95% of the traders out there, maybe even higher, they tend to break their own rules. Why? Because these rules, they feel like changes when a different time period or a different time frame takes effect, which is true. But when you're looking at a longer term trend and you're basing your trade on that, you're not going to want to flip your trade unless you're proven wrong. For example, Tesla here, showing a bull flag here. Now as a trader, like, hey, I was short, let me flip my order and go long because this looks like a great day trade. However, it's not a great longer term trade than a day trade. And this short-term trade can prove us wrong. That's why I prefer looking at the longer-term trade and positioning myself as a swing trader. Now, swing traders, their trades last anywhere from 2 days to 1 month. Okay? We're not out by 4 o'clock because we're looking for more of a trend play rather than a quick up or down move of a profit. And essentially that's where I take trading into more gambling than trading. Okay, so I hope that was knowledgeable enough for you guys to understand why I trade a certain tactic and a certain style, because I believe it secures me more psychologically as a trader than a day trader where they'll keep flipping their orders and losing their money. Listen, hey Tesla, I'm in the money. You want to prove me wrong? Prove me wrong by taking me out with my stop order. That's it. Not flipping orders here. Okay, so let's go back into Ford. So the same thing goes with Ford. So we're short here. Remember, we place our stop a penny above the high of the day, which is 1663. Our stop placed, and we're waiting to see if we'll break through this support right here. Obviously, this is a bounce that might be due, could trail up to 17. However, you see the long-term trend is broken. This is a longer-term trend than this support level that was formed over here. Okay, and if I go back to like 200 days, you can see this trend went on for really long. Okay, and now it's broken. So our goal is, you see the first, I'm sorry guys, just bear with me. I'm just trying to give you guys a great reason why you should take a course with us at the World Trading Institute. Okay, so as you see, the trend is broken. Okay, and this trend was going on since February of 2014. Okay, where this support level was just formed not too long ago. Okay, so that's what it's battling. And I rather pay attention to the longer term trend than the shorter term trend. I'm sure you guys get this. I'm happy, and I can teach you a lot more when you take a course with us. I'm going to pause it right here, and I'll start recording once again when I see that there's something to record about. Once again, for ECYT, I mean, I know we're out of this position. We're not going to get into another position because I'm trying to publish this recording that I put together for the last week or so. But ECYT over here, I formed a downtrend line over here. So you see there's a trend line going down. Remember, we got stopped out at around this level. Our stop order is a penny below this shadow. Stop this out around right here. And I formed a trend line going downwards and support level. So I believe it's the space right here for ECYT within these two lines. So tomorrow, if ECYT breaks through this trend line, it can continue, it'll go higher. And remember, we want to see it close above the bar for the day. So if we see a green bar at the end of the day at, like, let's say 850, right? It closed above this downtrend. So now it broke this downtrend and it's going higher. And same thing for this trend line over here. We can see bounce. But however, if it breaks through this trend line, it could go lower. Okay? So I'm trying to give you some understanding on how trends work and everything like that. But remember, World Trading Institute, we actually will be trading live and educate you guys live on how to understand the markets, which is pretty entertaining, especially if you guys like to understand how to make money. I'm going to pause it here. Hey traders, good afternoon. It's 4:40 p.m. September 15, 2014. Just a wrap up for today's day. Obviously we're at ECYT, but as you can see, the trend lines were put there just to see where it goes as far as its trends. Now let's go to Tesla. Our stop order will still be at the same price just because we already moved our stop order to pretty much its resistance of the day. Well, throughout the day until it formed a resistance. After approximately this resistance was formed around 1 o'clock, somewhere around that time frame. As you can see, it bounced to resistance, traded sideways. So our stop order will still be placed here. We don't want to place it here. We'll place it at the accurate stop order. If it takes us out, it takes us out. We made a huge profit per share on Tesla. For Ford, let me just zoom in a little bit closer. Let's do a 5-day. This is what the 5-day looks like. You see just straight downtrend. Just a little. I'm just trying to wrap everything up for you guys. See, this will be its downtrend. Well, this is a further resistance that was just formed over here for the day. Let me just zoom in closer. Sorry, I wanted to go to the 10-minute, but I wanted to go to the 3-day. Okay, so this is what it's doing right now. You can see it's at the lows of the day, and it seems like it's going to crack coming this week, so that's good news. Maybe we get that point. This is what it looks like on the daily chart. This is what it's done for the day. I'll stop where is a penny above this long shadow for the day. So the high is 1662. I'll stop us at 1663 as we stated. You see 1662, the high, a penny above. You always give it 1 or 2 cents above. I give it a penny above just because, I figure, if it makes a new high or a new low throughout the day, it'll form a new high or a new low. And that's a 10-15 rule we discuss at worldtradinginstitute.com that we'll explain in full detail when you take a course with us. However, let me just back it to, let's say, 150-day. As you can see, the trend is broken. As we stated before, this was its support that possibly, let me just put the guideline over here, this it could bounce off of. Doesn't look to be that case right now, but you never know. It looks like we're going to get our 1560 per share. Obviously we're going to trail it down as we see fit. Currently, I can say we could play a stop order a penny above. Just give me a sec. Let me go back to cross here. A penny above this long shadow, this upside down hammer, which formed resistance, would be 1657. A penny above that, which is 1656. However, I'm still willing to go with the highs because it's just a couple of pennies. I just feel like, hey, you know what? It could maybe like gap up at the open to about 1651. Trade to maybe 1658 and trail back down. So I don't want to get stopped out for a small profit just because I said you have to trail your stop orders properly. There's certain rules based on percentage moves throughout the day or throughout the week. I should say more throughout the day, where you should make the adjustments. And we'll talk more about that when you take a course with us with World Trading Institute. I'm going to pause it here. This is September 15, 2014. It's roughly 4:42 in the afternoon, and we'll continue talking about Tesla and Ford in days to come. Hopefully we get stopped out of Ford. Well, not stopped out, but hopefully it hits our target of 240, or it continues going down so it can trail stops. And the same thing with Ford. Like I said, once this these multiple videos are completed, I will post it on YouTube and World Trading Institute as a tutorial for individuals that hasn't taken a course of ours yet to see what we're all about. I'm going to pause it here and thank you for your time listening. This recording obviously will start sometime tomorrow once again. Good morning. It's 10:18 a.m. September 16, 2014. As you can see at the open, pretty much Tesla took us out. Our stop order was at the high of this green bar at 257, well, penny above 257.44, which is 257.45. Very first 10 minutes, as you can see, pretty much took us out, got stopped out. Tesla can go either way right now. But we captured our profits and got stopped out. For Ford, as you can see, gap down at the open, really dropped as much as the low of the day, 1616, and traded right back up to pretty much the very first 10 minutes, pretty much the first couple of minutes of the open, and now it's trading around that range. Our stop order was recently at the high of the day at a penny above the high at 1663. Now we want to decrease our stop order from 1663 to the upside down hammer right here to a penny above the upside down hammer to 1657. Yeah, it's only like 6 cents or so we decreased it. However, I want to see if this is confirmed resistance at this high right here. So that's why I don't want to place my stop order above the high of today. Rather, I want to see what it does. Maybe it'll close this gap, then continue going lower. So I had to give it some room to run. So I'm going to pause it right here, and I'll start recording once the move happens, either once we get stopped out or once it continues to go lower. Remember, our target price for Ford is 1560. Okay, so I'll pause it right here. Remember, this tutorial is provided by worldtradinginstitute.com. Hey, good afternoon. It's 3:20 p.m., September 16, 2014. If you notice Tesla, you see how it moved up a little bit? Well, that's why we had our stop here. It took us out, and we moved on. For Ford, trailed down, popped up, traded sideways, but still below the bottom of this tall shadow right here where we placed our stop at, I believe it was 1657. So right now we're just trying to see if Ford declines from here. Obviously, this looks like a huge support level. You see the market, well, you can't see it, but the Dow's up 120 points. So this is what Ford looks like on the daily. Formed this hammer. Looks like support. See around this level. Well, this is what the hammer did. It looks like support over here, and you know, getting me a little worried about the short position. Anyhow, worst case scenario, remember it has to prove us wrong, and if it proves us wrong, we're out of position. So, we'll probably take like a 5 cent profit per share. So this is what it looks like on the weekly chart. Let's just back it up. Let's see if there's any more support around this level. Looks like a reversal's coming into play, but we still have this gap over here that forces actually Ford to go lower. But we'll see what happens. Market's up almost 120 points today, as you can see. Still, it seems like it still has a downtrend. Let me see if I can back this up onto a 10-day. So I'm going to show you a trend line of Ford. Oops, that's the guideline. Here we go. Trend line of Ford right here. We got this. This is what it looks like. Oh, I believe that be accurate right there. Oops. I believe that'd be accurate, right? So this is his downtrend, as you can see. So we'll see. In order for it to go up, it has to break through this downtrend line. So then the downtrend will be broken. But we'll see what happens. I believe it'll continue going lower. I would like it to close to about, I would say, 1640, maybe a little bit under that before the market closes. There's roughly 37 minutes left before the market closes, 3:23 in the afternoon. And I'll pause it right here. Hey, good afternoon, 4 p.m. Actually 4:01, September 16, 2014. As you can see, Ford continued to go higher. It seemed like a head and shoulders were play was happening, but seems like the buyers kept pushing this up. Um, so it looks like it may go higher from here. So I'll stop orders it at the correct place actually. So we're going to see what it does tomorrow. Remember, I'll stop orders above this long shadow here. Let me just go into a 1 day so you can see. It's a penny above this shadow right here. So remember, our stop orders at 1657. I believe we got it in 1662 or something. So that's about a 5 cent profit worst case scenario. However, it looks like it's gonna turn around and go higher. As you can see, we have some CNN postings up over here. Sears borrowed 400 million from their hedge fund, one of their hedge funds. So aside from that, I'm gonna pause it right here, and I guess the recording will start tomorrow. We got our ECYT for a profit, Tesla for a profit, and Ford. Worst case scenario, we get out for 5 cent profit. I consider that break even, but you know, as long as it's a plus, that's all that matters before the money, right? It's better to see a plus than a negative. I'll pause it right here, and I guess the recording will start again once tomorrow. Good afternoon, it's Zelman once again for WorldTradingInstitute.com. It's roughly 4/28/9/16/2014, September 16, 2014. Just wanted to follow up on Ford. As you can see what it's done here at the close, well, it closed at 1653, but you see his print at 16, almost 50, 1651. Well, what we want for Ford to go down tomorrow is to open up lower. So if it opens up anywhere from, I would say, like the 1645 range or lower, that would give us confirmation that the 1656, 1657 range is resistance. So that's something to look out for. However, if it opens up at the current market price, chances are it's going to go higher, and it's probably going to take us out. Well, probably it's definitely going to take us out, especially with this daily hammer over here. We could see a pop for the day. Now remember, Ford can continue going down, but it might make a bounce upwards before it goes back down. It might test about the $17 area, 17 maybe anywhere from like 17 to 17.25, 17.30 area before it continues to go down. Obviously, it's in a downward trend, but who says it can't bounce before it continues to go down? So that's something to look for. As you can see over here, this is support level. Well, let me just put a guideline. I put this up yesterday in the previous recording, but this is a support level right here. As you can see, it's just about that level. I mean, it went under it for the day, but closed above it by the end of today. So that's something to be skeptical about and to watch out for. Like I said, in my mind, Ford is going down, especially with the downtrend broken. However, there could be a slight bounce upwards before it continues to go down. So, I mean, worst case scenario, we do get stuff stopped out for a couple of pennies of profit. But remember, it's all about taking profit when you trade. If you do not take profits, you will lose money in the markets, and trading will not be for you. Matter of fact, investing will not be for you. You should go to a broker to invest your money if you're unable to manage your money and walk away from a profit when you're able to. I'm going to pause it right here, and the recording will start once again tomorrow. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Hey, good afternoon. Zelman here with World Trading Institute once again. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time on September 18, 2014. I just wanted to follow up as far as the previous positions that I provided recordings on as far as ECYT, Tesla, and Ford. The ticker symbols are all up, as you can see. If you notice, remember, we'll start with ECYT, then we'll go to Tesla and Ford. But you notice with ECYT, we longed it around 798 or so. It popped that for that one day. Then we placed our stop order. It took us out, and we felt that if it hits our stop order, it'll prove us wrong. The stock wants to come back down. It has done so, as you notice. You see, it's down an additional 7+% today, maybe a little bit more. And my apologies, my phone, people are sending me messages while I do this recording. And if you noticed, so you see we're right on our stop order, everything was correct. ECYT told us, hey, it's going down now, cash out your profits. It took us out, cash out our profits. And if we did not put in a stop order, we would have lost our profits, and we probably would have lost some money. Okay, now same thing goes for Tesla, but however, obviously Tesla dropped a little too hard coming the Monday that just passed by. I haven't done a recording on the 12th, which was on my birthday, September 12th. So I took the day off, and the only people that could contact me was obviously my family members and my close friends. However, but if let's just look back. Remember I told you, oh, we got an M wedge forming, somewhat of a bear flag. The M wedge would, if it was an M wedge, it would have dropped where this hammer was created. However, it didn't drop. It formed support with this hammer, and we believe that it would have popped the following day, which did. But the resistance level where we put our stop order, a penny above that high, remember a penny above that shadow, was the real resistance level. As you can see, what happened was Tesla went right back down throughout the day and formed an upside down hammer, also known as a doji, crosshair, golden cross, whatever you guys want to call it, okay? To me, they all mean the same, okay? And then next day, on the 12th, which the day I was off, pretty much just closed a little lower, confirming confirming more resistance with the support being washed away. What happened this coming Monday? Obviously gapped down and then dropped an additional out of say 23 to 25 points or so. We placed our stop order on that Monday. Let me just go. Okay, this was this Monday. We placed our stop order above this green bar right here, right? Guess what happened? Tuesday it took us out, but it's been trading slowly upwards ever since. Now, we could have said, hey, we could have entered a higher stop order and let it ride, but why would you give your profits back to the market? What I do is at World Trading Institute, I teach individuals how to capture their profits, how to understand how to trade, and hopefully at the end of the course, when you do take a course with myself, at the end of the course you'll understand how to make money. I mean, that's what it's about. It's how to minimize your risk and maximize your rewards. Okay, so now let's take a look at Ford. And if you notice Ford, it took us out also yesterday, I believe. We entered a stop order above this long shadow over here at 1657, I believe it was. That's where our stop was. It took us out yesterday. It dropped down. We thought, you know, it'll bounce maybe around this area, and then we'll continue going downwards. That did not happen. Following day gapped up, took us out. Been trading sideways someone, upward momentum, slowly, steadily. You know, this can go higher to about 17 and change, try to fill its previous gap before it continues going down. See this hammer right here? This hammer right here shows support on the daily chart, but then, like I said, when you go further out, this is just a 7-day, but when you go like to a 90-day, you see this gap play right here? This is why we believe it's still short, because also the trend line, obviously I showed you guys this, broke its uptrend, and now it formed a new trend. Now it could go up to 17 and change before it continues going down. However, why would you be in a position where you could break even or take a small profit? And why would you be in a position where you'll be waiting and you're negative on that trade when you can get out, then eventually get back in? Okay, so that's what we do. We teach you at World Trading Institute how to trade properly and how to become a successful investor and trader. This course is good for day traders, swing traders, scalpers, trend traders, even investors. My techniques, regardless of what you do throughout the trading day or how you enter your positions, regardless if you plan to be in a position for a couple of days, a couple of months, or even a few years. These techniques work regardless of what kind of investor or trader you are. And when you take our course, you'll understand this in further detail. There's just too much to educate in such a little time. So hopefully you'll join us at worldtradinginstitute.com and take one of our courses. We teach, I would say up to 10 individuals at a time, especially if it's a power course. The course is 9 a.m. to about 4:30 p.m. every single day. Usually 5 business days, but sometimes I have to give an extra day or two to cover all the facts and details. Hopefully you'll join us, you'll take one of our courses, and hopefully you become a successful trader such as myself and other individuals that took our course in the past. Take care.